My ass doesn't fit into the pants of California and other nonsensical items. My ass doesn't fit into the jeans in California. I'm aware that there's a whole lot of ass back there, but even when there was a whole lot of less ass to grasp, the same illogic pass that no matter the size of my derriere, it would remain exposed to the air if I wasn't in a constant battle to tug up, pull down, shift, and rearrange body parts most people don't even think about. It's a strange phenomenon I haven't worked out, and you might think it's because of my lack of workout, but the same holds true, size 12 or 22. My ass remains as uncovered as 11.3% of Americans without health coverage. Fake news. In the lands of never rains, my posterior is like the Great Plains, or if my body were a landmass. My rounded buns that extend past the lines of my thighs would be likened to a peninsula. Thank you, California, you have made me into Florida. Which might explain why I only get love from old folks, German and Japanese tourists. Arigato and danka a ton. But have you ever noticed that Florida kind of looks like a gun? Aimed at the United States waiting to take a shot. Maybe that's why they always seem so cocked and loaded, middle finger on the trigger, ready to explode if given the slightest provocation, like walking while carrying Skittles in your dad's neighborhood. You would think that people would be more chillaxed, especially with all the Percocet and Xanax floating around like the hanging chads from the election of 2000 that no one still talks about. Does anybody remember when Y2K was a thing that actually had us all panicking? I mean, I kind of think that we peaked a little too early, because if my teens could see what the world would turn into in my 30s, I might have given up back then, but I digress. I've gone off track. When I was talking about the lack of coverage of my crack, and speaking of, white powder has seeped from the neighborhoods to the birds, washed up in the parks, which means that now it's not a lack of moral fiber, it's about addiction that should be treated with compassion and urgency. We have been issued a state of emergency and the funds will keep pouring in, but if you're waiting for those that were jailed at the societal fail to be granted clemency, you haven't been watching the same programming. Pharma lets us know how opiates made in grounds into the battleground states, but are we still ignoring how they got into the ghettos in the first place? I seem to remember something about Iran, the Contras, and the CIA, but that's a poem for another day. This one is about my ass and pants and taking a stand in this land that's supposed to be your land and my land, but then why can't I fit into my damn pants? Before I moved out to California, I didn't understand why the more urban of my brethren chose to wear their pants around their knees. But now I get it. It gets exhausting trying to fit your ass into places it was never meant to fit, so sometimes you just gotta say, screw it. Enjoy the coolness of the breeze, let the pants fall down to your knees, and let everyone kiss the parts of you that don't fit into this big ass metaphor.